प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्र एकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and in the second chapter, yesterday we read up to Shloka 63, but we could not read the commentary on 62 and 63. So we read those two shlokas again. Dhyayato vishayan punsaha sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. The context is that the characteristics of Asita Prajna have been described very beautifully, and after that, the basic requirement of controlling the Indriyas has also been told. But the way a man falls down has to be told, so that no trace of anything of that should be allowed in our mind. That is the purpose. That is the style of all the great teachers. Along with telling how one goes towards spiritual goal, they also tell how one does not go, how one goes opposite direction. That is their style. Sopana Pankto, that Kandukam, as Shankaracharya said in Vivekananda, that if you start playing a ball at the top of the stairs, you will find it on the ground only. So, step by step, how the mind goes down. So, dhyayato vishayan, objects meditated upon. And meditation, nobody is deliberately meditating on the objects, but thinking of the object second time becomes like meditation. Dhyayato vishayan. What happens? One feels attachment for them. That is the only thing in life. As soon as you repeat something, you feel attachment, and from attachment comes desire. And desire cannot be fulfilled always. So as desire is obstructed, you get anger. And even if the desires are fulfilled, you will get the mind disturbed. And when the mind is disturbed by anger or agitation, you get delusion. You do not at that point able to know which is right and which is wrong for you. And then when this thing happens, then your memory of your goal and your path to the goal gets blurred. And when that happens, your rational thinking, your thinking faculty itself gets destroyed. And once thinking faculty is destroyed, your life is gone. That is the series told in these two shlokas. Let us see what Shankaracharya talks about them. Atha idanim para bhavishyatah sarvanartha moolam idam uchyate. Atha idanim. Now in this context, para bhavishyata, one who is going to be destroyed, one who is going to lose the battle of life. What is at the root of all the evils? That is being told. Dhyata chintayato, thinks of an object. Vishayan, Shabdadi Vishaya Visheshan, particular objects of the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, particular object. Alochayata, reverse it in the mind. Punsa, Purushasya, Sangha, Asakti, Priti, Eshu Visheshu Bhajayate. Asakti means a liking for that object grows. Sangat, Pritehe, so attachment, both places he translates as pleasure, attraction, liking. Teshu Visheshu Upajayate. Sangat Pritehe, attachment means while liking, Sanjayate Samutpadyate Kamaha Krishna, the desire grows. Desire is equated to thirst like water. Kamat kutaschit pratyatat, when kama is obstructed by something, krodha vijayate, krodha nicely grows. Krodha bhavati sammoha, avivekaha, karya vishayaha. Aviveka, karya vishaya is the sammoha. Delusion means what to do and what not to do. About that, non-discrimination. Kruddho sammudasan gurumapi akroshati. Shankar gives an example in practical life. Some disciple, his mind is gone somewhere, deluded by some temptation. And at that point, if the Guru enters his room, he will not show respect to the Guru. He will shout on him. That is the direct example Shankar is giving. He will shout on his own Guru because of his deluded mind. On anybody he may shout, but Guru api akroshati, even on Guru. Now what will save him? Sammohat smriti vibrama. Once this is gone, Shastra, Acharya, Upadesha, Ahita, Sanskara, Janitaya, Smrute, Syad, Vibramo. What is the memory? He says, from Shastras and from Guru, their teachings, some sanskara has grown in you. And that sanskar has given rise to memory. As I said, memory about the spiritual goal and memory about your path. Syad Vibramo, Brahmsha, Smriti Utpatti, Nimitta Prapta Anutpatti. That means at that point, the memory should come up and it should save you. But that memory does not grow. That is called Smriti Vibrama. That memory, when it should come, does not come. Tata, because of that, after that, Smriti Brahmshat, Buddhe Nasha. What is Buddhi Nasha? Karya Vishaya Viveka Ayogyata Antakarnasya. Buddhi means what is to be done, what is not to be done. About that, the ability of the mental faculty goes away. Nasha Uchyate. That is called Buddhi Nasha. Buddhi Nashat Pranashyati. Tavad evai purusho yavad antakarnam tadiyam karya vichaya viveka yogyam tad ayogyatve nashta eva purusho bhavati. So long man is man, so long as his mind is able to discriminate between what should be done and what should not be done, if that ability goes away, that is called Purusha is gone. That Purusha is gone. Nashta eva. Purusha is destroyed. Definitely. Ata tasya antakarnasya buddhe nashat pranashati purushartha ayogya bhavati iti artha. So, because of the buddhi nasha, pranashati means Purusha becomes unfit for Purushartha ayogyo bhavati, unfit for getting what he should get in life. Purusha is destroyed, means Purusha becomes unfit for getting that which must be got in life. Ityartha, that is the meaning. So what is to be done? Evidently, Sarva Raga Dvesha Vyuktaistu Vishayang Indriyaischaran Atmavashir Videya Atma Prasadam Adhigachati. Here, first time we are getting a new word, prasada, and it is the most important word. And we see a trace of karma yoga leading to jnana nishtha here. Vishaya Indriyesh Charan. You cannot stop the organ from moving in the objects because otherwise how will you live? So to live the life, you have to allow the indriyas roaming in the object. That is the nature of life. But there should not be likes and dislikes in that. So is this not the voice of Karma Yoga, which twice, thrice Lord has said, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate and Labha Labho Jaya Jayo. And so that again he has said that if you keep your buddhi balanced and let the indriyas move in the objects, Atma Vashyayi. But indriya should be under your control. Control does not mean stopping. Up till now he has described not keeping in control how you are destroyed. So when indriyas are in your control and with your control they are moving in the object without likes and dislikes. Videyatma, that means Videyatma, Atma Vashay. That means by your will, you are keeping your indriyas in check. Videya Atma, your antakaran has been trained to keep the indriyas under check. Your antakarana has been trained, it has practiced. Out of that practice, you are keeping your indriyas under control and allowing them to move in the object without likes and dislikes. Then what happens? Prasadam adhigacchati. What is this prasada? Tranquil state of the mind. Tranquil, joyful state of the mind is called prasada. We will compare like that. The mind never moves in a life. Mind is always up and down. That is the way of life. Pleasure will be there, pain will be there. But if you allow the pain to go into depression, if you allow the pleasure into elation, then you are destroyed. That has been told again and again. So what you are trying to do, you cannot stop the pleasure and pain, but the movement of the mind due to pleasure and due to pain, you are controlling. That much is your practice, that much is your effort, that is what you can do. And that is the definition of Karma Yoga in the second chapter. So, you are trying to reduce what we call the gyrations. The amplitude of that wave, you are trying to reduce. You are not allowing it to go like this. Rather, you are trying to reduce. Less pleasure is there, but you are not reacting to that. Pain is there, but you are not reacting to that. Then what happens? The mind almost moves in a straight line. Almost. That is called prasada. Now, the more the mind is steady, the more joy you have. So you do not have to specially attempt for pleasure. You are not swayed by pleasure. You are not swayed by pain. In this way, if you try to reduce the gyrations of the mind, then it comes to almost walking in a straight line, which means you are getting a natural happiness from within and the mind becoming tranquil. This state is called prasada. And this is the important step in spiritual life. And that is the definition how Karma Yoga leads to purification and Jnana Prapti. This is called purification. The gyrations of the mind are almost nil because you are doing your duty but not allowing pleasure and pain or the pair of opposites to affect you. That is the only lesson of Karma Yoga given in the second chapter. So Karma Yoga leading to Chitta Shuddhi automatically. If the Chitta is Shuddha, you are getting joy and steadiness. Joy plus steadiness. Normally what happens, when you go joy, you are jumping. And when you are murus, you are keeping quiet. No, you are not murus, but you are undisturbed. And if you are undisturbed, automatically there is a joy within that tranquility. This is called prasad. And this is the place where jnana comes into you. Now, next step is a very important step. Prasadam adhigacchati. Let us read the next shloka before reading the commentary. Prasade sarva dukkha anam hanirasya upajayate prasanna chetasoi ashu buddhi paryavatishtate. He talks about the final goal immediately. Once you get this prasada, you are going to reach the state where you will have no misery. That means pain will be there, but misery will not be there. You will be filled with bliss always, which he has already told in the beginning of this Siddha Prajna Lakshana, that desires are not there and you are happy within yourself. So that thing comes. This is a way of talking. What happens if you get prasada? You will get your goal of life. Then the process you will take. It is not something, a wrong statement or non-consequential statement. It is a style of telling. If prasada comes, ultimately what happens? You go beyond misery. How you go beyond misery? That is told in next line and in the next shloka. We'll read both of them. Prasanna chetasoi ashu buddhi paryavatishtate. Buddhi, your thinking faculty. Ashu, quickly. Paryavatishtate. Pari-avatishtate. Pari means from all sides, under all circumstances. Avatishtate becomes very steady. Very steady, your thinking faculty becomes. And when it becomes very steady, what happens? In the next shloka, beautiful something is stated, which Shankar has missed. He has interpreted in his own way, in a jnani's way. But let us read that. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shanti ashantasya kutas sukham. Now ayukta means one who has not practiced like that, one who is not a yogi, one who has not practiced the karma yoga, one who has not kept the mind in balance. Buddhi does not grow. Already it was told, but it is repeated here. Buddhi parivatishtate. Negatively it is told that buddhi, nasti buddhi, the nasti buddhi, not only na parivatishtate, nasti buddhi. That means the rational understanding about the goal of life is not there. If you are not balanced, if the purification of mind does not come by Karma Yoga, then you are ayukta. Then the rational understanding about the real nature of yourself does not come. न च अयुक्तस्य भावना. Bhavana. It is very clear. We'll see Shankara's interpretation as Abhinivesha. Let us first understand ourselves, as is our method. Bhavana clearly is equal to feeling. Bhavana in Sanskrit language is equal to feeling. And what does feeling comes? Heart comes into play. Buddhi is all right. Buddhi does not come. Heart also does not function. That is the meaning. Na, cha. Cha means and. Ayuktasya. For a man who is not balanced by Karma Yoga, not purified, Bhavana nasti. 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 Bhavana. The heart feeling does not come. Now, here we should distinguish something very importantly. Next line says, Nacha abhavayata shanti. Bhava, bhavana. Bhava means a steady feeling. Bhava means a steady feeling. Bhavana also means feeling. These days, in Kali Yuga, a word has very much come in vogue, emotion. This does not mean emotion, please. Emotion, if you want to translate in Sanskrit or Indian languages, it will mean bhavochhasa. Bhavochhasa. Sri Ramakrishna has given liking 1 ounce of milk you have put in a big fan and put a big fire. So the milk grows as if it has covered the whole pan. But just prick by a needle or a pin, there is no milk at all. So, emotion, my Guruji used to always say, emotion is biological. Emotion is biological. And feeling, let me quote my Guruji here. Both he has told together. Emotion is biological. That feeling is genuine, which proceeds from an absolutely tranquil heart. This is what the Gita is telling here. And he used to follow it by telling that thinking is proper, genuine, which proceeds from an absolutely tranquil heart. This is what was told in the first line. And he used to add that resolve, will, is genuine, which proceeds from an absolutely tranquil heart. If the heart is disturbed, it can be called that krodha. It can be called that indriyas are churning your personality. So when the personality is not churned, very clear statement. Bhagavan says, bhava does not come. Bhava means a steady relationship, a steady feeling in the heart through a relationship. As Sri Ramakrishna has said again and again, unless you have a bhava with God, how you are going to get that God who is bhava swarup, who is a positive existence? Bhava means positive existence. Bhava means feeling, depth of steady feeling. Bhava means relation with God. So, feeling, steady feeling with relation with God, if it not come, how will you get peace of mind? Now, this peace of mind is not just that balance. It is the peace of mind here means even if the people or nature or something tries to provoke you, you are not provoked. Then it is called Shanti. And the whole thing is negatively put. If you do not get that Shanti, how are you going to get the pleasure? Here, Sukham does not mean the ordinary pleasure. Sukham means the bliss, final bliss. So the words change meaning according to the context. So this shloka, Shankar will tell us, you can turn everything positively. If you are balanced, then rational understanding will come. If you are balanced, feeling will come. If you are balanced, and if that feeling comes with a steady feeling, steady relationship with God, then you will get peace further. And if that peace has come, you will realize God in the form of bliss. So, three shlokas we are read together. Starting from Karma Yoga, purification, balance of mind, a steady stream of pleasure, which he has called Atma Rama Atma. And when the steady stream of pleasure in tranquil mind comes, you are going to reach the ultimate goal of life. Because once you get that prasannata, that tranquil joyfulness, quickly your buddhi is going to become steady from all sides. And on the other side, negatively put, if you are not balanced by Karma Yoga, if you are not reduced the gyrations of the mind, if you are not come to that prasanna state, then your rational thinking about the reality does not grow, your feeling in the heart about the reality does not grow, and if that feeling in the heart has not grown into a steady feeling, a steady relationship with God, how are you going to get the Shanti? The Shanti is Jnana-nishtha. The Shanti is a direct feeling of the presence of God. So the Shanti is equal to Jnana-nishtha, that you are getting experiencing, you are getting glimpses of your own real nature, and you are becoming steady in that. So the Shanti is that Jnana-nishtha. And then if you positively put, if you get that, then you are going to get the permanent bliss. So this is the big positive picture, contrast with the negative picture. And what is the point of contrast? Balance of the mind. No thinking second time, no contemplating on the objects of enjoyment. Objects of enjoyment, objects will be there, indriyas will move into objects till you live the life, unless you are dead, and you require that life because you have to still grow spiritually till you reach the reality. So, when your chitta, yourself, your Atma, your Antakaran, which is under your control by your practice. There, you are trained yourself with that practice. Your indriyas are under your control, your own control, and allowing the indriyas to move the object, that means living the life. Then you come to a state called prasada, and that prasada is going to ultimately take you to a realization. You know, a very, very serious topic, but humorously, some people used to say, if you eat God's prasada, you will get shanti. Now, that also has a meaning. Prasada means grace. Prasada is not that food, but sanctified food. Through that grace of God has come upon you. And when does grace of God come? When you are making a right attempt. So that has some meaning, but don't reduce it to that only. So, prasade sarva dukkhana mahanirasya upajayate. Simply not by eating that food which is called prasada, you are going to reach shanti. But if you are eating that with prasada buddhi, that is the grace of God, then this may happen. So let us see what Shankaracharya tells about it. Sarvanartha Moolam Uktam Vishaya Vidyanam Athaidani Moksha Karanamidam Uchyate. So the root of all evil was told, the contemplation of objects. Now here, contrastingly, Moksha Karanam Idam Uchyate. What will take you to moksha is being told. Raga Dvesha Vyuktai, Ragasya Dveshascha Ragadvesha, attachment and hatred. Tat Purassarai Indriyanam Pravrutti Swabhaviki, the natural tendency of the organs is with attachment or hatred. You do not like something, you like something. With that only the tendency of the Indriyas are there. Tatra, in that context, yo mumukshu bhavati, one who is really mumukshu, desiring freedom, desiring perfection, sat abhyam yuktai, he is free from those duels. Shrotra Devi Indri, Indriyas means all organs, Vishayan avarjaniyan, that which cannot be avoided. He is not going into enjoyment of objects running here and there. But for living the life, it is essential that the Indriyas go to objects. So those objects, Charan, Upalabhamana, Charan means they experience them. Atma Vashay, Atmano Vashani, Vashibhutani Tai. Those organs are under his control. Vidya Atma, Ichchato Vidya Atma. By your own will, you have controlled those organs. Atma is Antakaranam here, mind, Indriyas, control, mind, control under your order. Yasya sa ayam prasadam adhigachyati. Prasada, prasannata, swasthyam. Swasthyam. Swastham does not mean health only. Swastha. You are in the staying in the Atma. You are staying with the Atma consciousness. That is prasannata. It is equal to Jnanishta, as I said. You are experiencing your own real nature and staying in that. Prasade sati kim syati uchyate. If prasada is there, what happens is being told, prasade sarva dukkhanam adhyatmikadinam hani vinasha asya yate upajayate. We heard about that adhyatmikadinam dukkhanam. Previously, we need not repeat them. So, asya yate, for the man who is attempting, or for the sannyasi, grows. Vinasha upajayate, the destruction of those dukkha's come. Kimcha prasanna, how, and also means how the process. Prasanna chetasa swastha antakarana se yasmat, because your antakarana is staying in itself. He means because ashu, shigram. So because why this happens, ultimate goal, because these steps happen. Ashu shigram, quickly buddhi parivatishtate, akashamiva parisamantat avatishtate, like the space, all pervading, allowing everything to happen without getting disturbed. That is the example Shankar gives here. Atma Swarupena eva nishchali bhavati ityartha. So how it becomes steady? Atma Swarupena eva, it understands, it becomes one with the Atman, nature of Atman, that is called Avatishtate. Evam prasanna chetasa avasthita buddhe kruta krutyatayata, and he will realize he will have done whatever had to be done in life. Tasmat, because it is like this, Tasmat raga dvesha vyukta indriye Shastra aviruddeshu avarjaniyeshu yukta samachare diti vakyartha. So what the Shastras have allowed, what is unavoidable, those objects you let the Indriyas travel in. That is the message. Sayam prasannata stuyate. That prasanna state is being praised, means the efficacy of that prasannata is being shown in life. Nasti na vidyate na bhavati ityartha. Nasti means na vidyate. Here it means na bhavati. Is not, here it means does not become. Buddhi atmaswarupa vishaya. Atmaswarupa vishaya buddhi na bhavati. The buddhi does not get Atman for its object of thinking. Ayuktasya asamaitantakarnasya, one who has not become steady by that yoga. Nacha asti ayuktasya bhavana atmadhyana avinivesha. Shankara has put in his own way. The avinivesha, the forceful concentration about atmadhyan, that does not come. Forceful concentration, contemplation with force, that is called avinivesha. We say feeling of the heart. Tathacha nasti abhavayata atmadhyana avinivesham akurvata shanti upashama. So that bhavana itself becomes bhava. And if bhava is not there, atmadhyana means if atmadhyana abhinivesha is not been done, then shanti means upashama. Here, upashama means no outward tendency, all ingoing, that is called shanti here. Ashantasya kuta sukham indriyanami vishay seva krishnato nivrutti ya tat sukham. Real pleasure is in withdrawing the pleasure of the organs. Withdrawing the pleasure of the organs is the real happiness. Na vishaya vishaya trishna. The thirst for vishaya is never gives happiness. Dukkham eva isa. That always leads to misery. Na trishnayam satyam sukhasya gandhamatram api upoddhati iti artha. If you allow the thirst, the desires, then you will not get trace of pleasure ever. That appearance of a pleasure will drown you in misery. Indriyanam hi charatam yadmano nuvidiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambasi. So again, the opposite side. If the mind is allowed, when the indriyas are moving in the objects, if the mind is allowed to follow them, then that mind removes the wisdom. Example, Vayur Navam Iva Ambasi. A boat is going in the water. And if you have no control over it, then the wind takes control. If you do not keep control, then the wind takes control and makes the boat go astray. So that is what, if mind is allowed to go behind the indriyas, this is what happens. Ayuktasya kasmat buddhi nasti iti uchyate. Why balance is not there, then buddhi is not there, that is being told. Indriyanami yasmat charatam swasva vishayeshu pravartamananam. Indriyas are going to their own objects. Yad mana anuvidiyate anupravartate. If the mind is allowed to follow them, that indriya vishaya vikalpane pravritta mana. So it starts imagining the objects of the senses. Asyayate, that mind of this man, of this sannyasi, or of this sadhaka, harati prajnam, atman atma vivekajam prajnam nashayati. That wisdom which comes by the discrimination between yourself and the unreal thing, that wisdom is destroyed. Katham, in what way? What is the example? Vayu, navam iva ambasi udake. Ambasi means udake in water. Jigamishyatam margat udrutya unmarge yatha vayu navam pravartayati. Udake Jigamishyatam. One is trying to cross water and he is having a definite way. But pulling it away from that way in a wrong way, that wind takes away. Navam pravartayati evam atmavishayam prajnam ritva mano vishayam. So prajna, wisdom means atmavishaya buddhi, that is removed, and buddhi becomes vishaya, thinking of the objects. Tasmad, therefore, mahabaho, tasmad yasya mahabaho, nigruhitani sarvasha, indriyani indriyarthebhya, tasya prajna pratishtita. So it comes back to the original. Therefore, O Mahabahu, whose indriyas are withheld from their objects in all conditions. You understand, withheld means used in the proper sense. Tasya prajna pratishtita. His wisdom will become steady. So he is completed the circle. Describe how they go away. What allows them to go away is the slackness of the mind. If you do not hold the mind tight, allow it to go behind the indriyas, then this what happens. If you hold the mind tight and if you keep a balance, then you will go beyond all that because the feeling will grow. You will have a steady feeling, a relationship with God, and you will definitely reach the goal. So you will get the wisdom established. Yatato yapi iti upannastasya, Shankar says, it has started from yatato api, that is shloka 60. One who is attempting and he is learned, even then if he allows the indriyas. From there, it has started iti upannastasya arthasya, the implied meaning of all that, anekada upavatti muktva, in so many reasonings it has been told, tam cha artham upapadya upasamvarati. Upapadya means taking it as the basis, that is concluded here. The implied meaning of all the topics starting from Yatato Api, from Shloka 60, has been concluded, and that conclusion is being stated here. Indriyanam pravruttau doshu upapadito yasmat. Indriya is going to objects uncontrolled. The defect has already been told. Tasmad yasya yate. So the man is attempting, He Mahabaho, Nigruhitani sarvasha sarva prakarai manasadi vedai. So manasadi vedai. Indriya is controlled, mind also controlled. That is the meaning. Indriyani, indriyarthebhya, shabdadebhya, tasya prajna pratishtita. So in this way, if the indriyas and mind under your control, by that balance, then this happens. Now, the fundamental is being told. This is all right. Desires are not there, indriyas are under control. But what has been the change inside? What has been the basic change inside which has made all this possible? Or you may say, all this has resulted into what? It is the same thing. Change of consciousness. We have come to that point here of the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Change of consciousness. Change of consciousness opposite to our consciousness. Total opposite to our consciousness. That is the most important shloka of the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. All these are derivations. If do like that, if you do like that, if you remove desire, what allows you to give up the desires? What makes you desireless? You may state the other way. If you are desireless, what happens? It is the same thing. If you are desireless, what happens? Or what allows you to become desireless? What allows you to control the indriyas? What allows you to become balanced? What allows you to get that upashama? What happens by this process of upashama? What is that? Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti संयमी yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune nisha sarva bhutanam ya nisha. All beings are in night. Means what? Either sleeping about the real nature or dreaming about the objects. That is nisha. For all beings, that which is nisha. What is nisha? Unawareness of the reality and dream-like awareness of the objects of the world. Dream-like because it is not real. We have been told again and again. Tasyam, in that, jagarti sanyami. So all this Sita Prajna has been described as sanyami, a man of control. So man of control gets this. This is the basis of his control, and the man of control gets this. What he gets? Tasyam jagarti. He is awake there. He is awake to the nature of his reality. He is not dreaming. He is neither sleeping nor dreaming. He is awake to the nature of his real nature, to the nature of the ultimate reality. He is awake, wide awake. He is always aware. And on the other side, the picture is complete only when the both sides are told. Yasyam jagrati bhutani. People are aware, wide awake in the objects of the world. People are wide awake only in the objects of the world. How he looks upon them? Sa nisha pashyato mune. That muni, that dhyani, that mananashil, that yati is not blind. He is seeing, but it is night for him. That means all the objects he sees, but he knows they are dream objects. All the objects of the world for him are dream objects because he is seeing clearly the reality. So perception of objects also may be there, but perception of objects is dreamlike, or he sees that the same reality is appearing like this object. That is awake. Awake means the reality, either the objects are dreamlike or the reality is appearing like these objects. Let me take one example. Narendra was not ready to intellectually believe. Thakur was again and again telling that everything is Brahman, everything is Brahman. So he went to in the veranda and started talking with Hazra Mahashay, with whom he had a friendship because he could understand some rational discussion. And Naren said, what foolishness? Is jar Brahman? Is cup Brahman? If water jug is Brahman, how foolishness? And they were roaring with laughter, ridiculing that. Sri Ramakrishna in his room heard that, came out and touched Narendranath and said, what are you talking? Just he said like that. And immediately Naren could see everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. He went to his house in the road. The carriages were coming. He did not feel inclined to get away because he saw that carriage is Brahman. He sat for food. He could not eat properly, or he went on eating because his consciousness had changed. And he says, when the consciousness was reduced a little, I'm putting both sides here very clearly, as an example. He said, when that consciousness intensity grew less, I used to feel everything as dream objects. And he went to that railing near the tank and hit his head upon that to see whether it is real railing or a dream railing. Understood? Both sides? Either he sees objects as dream objects or he sees Brahman is everywhere. Same description here. What more glaring example you want? Simply by Sri Ramakrishna's touch. And that is why Abhidhan Swamiji in his Stotra has said, Sansparsha matrena nirnam samadhi vidhaya sadhyav bhuvi Ramakrishna. So by mere touch, he showed there. Since then, so Narendra said, this state was on me for about 6 months. And after that, I could never disbelieve the Advaita Siddhanta. So what is Advaita Siddhanta? Brahman is Nirguna transcendent, and that transcendent Brahman itself is immanent, itself has appeared like all the objects, and if you do not intensely feel it, objects will appear to be like dream objects. That is the full Vedanta which Narendra felt. And he said, I could never doubt after that this theory of Advaita. So, very direct example of what this shloka is telling. Some people make a caricature or gross understanding and say the people sleep in the night, yogis remain awake in the night. And they sleep in the daytime because people are awake and they sleep there. That is only a gross form of the whole thing. The spirit which is going on is the change of consciousness. So the consciousness becomes diametrically opposite to our consciousness. We are not aware of the reality and we are moving in the dream objects, thinking them to be real. For him, he is wide awake to the nature of the reality and he knows that the reality is appearing in these objects. On the other hand, that in which the beings are awake, the Sanyami, who is seeing the reality, for him they are like dream objects, or he is seeing the reality appearing as the objects. Pashatomani. Okay? Let us see what the Acharya has to tell about it. Yeah, I am Laukiko Vedika cha Vyavhara. Laukiko Vedika cha Vyavhara. Laukiko Vyavhara means activities in their life. Vediko Vyavhara means sadhana. So, Utpanna Viveka Jnanasya Sita Prajnasya. Again, Sita Prajna is Jnananishta here. Utpanna Viveka Jnanasya, whose discriminative knowledge has arisen. Avidya Karyatvat, Avidya Nivritto Nivartate, because Laukika Vedika Vyavhar is Avidya Karya. So Avidya goes away from him, so the Karya also goes away from him. Avidyaya cha Vidya Virodhat Nivritti. Avidya has its opposite Vidya. And so by Vidya, consciousness, culture of the consciousness is Vidya. So by culture of the consciousness, that avidya is destroyed, iti etam artham sputi kurvana. To make this meaning clear, Lord is telling this shloka. Ya nisha ratri sarva padarthanam aviveka kari, where we lose all the discrimination between object, ratra, all objects become one. Tamasvabhavatvat, because it is of the form of darkness. Sarvesham bhutanam, sarva bhutanam means sarvesham bhutanam. Kim tat paramartha tattvam. What is that? The absolute nature of the reality. Sthita Prajnasya Vishaya, that is the man of steady wisdom, he knows that. Yatha Naktancharanam aha eva sat annesham nisha bhavati. So there are beings who move in the night. Example, Naktancharanam can have two meanings. One is owl. Owl do not see in the daytime. They see clearly in the night time. And Naktancharanam are the asuras. They clearly see in the night time. So, Naktancharanam, those who move in the night. Aha eva sat. For them it is day. Annesham nisha bhavati. For others it is night. Tadvat. Naktanchara sthaniyanam ajnanam sarvabhutanam. So we are all equated to owls and asuras, all the people who are ignorant. Sarvabhutanam nisha iva nisha. It is night like night. Paramartha tattvam agocharatvat atad buddhi nam. Because we do not have the consciousness of Paramartha tattva, so it is not available to us. We do not experience it. Tasyam Paramartha tattva lakshanayam ajnana nidraya prabuddho jagarti. In that, the prabuddha, the man of steady wisdom, has awakened from that night. Sanyami, Sanyamavan Jitendriyo Yogi Ityartha, one who has been described up till now, the man of control, Yogi. Yasyam Grahya Grahaka Bheda Lakshanayam Avidya Nishayam Prasuptani Eva Bhutani Jagrati Iti Uchate. The ordinary beings in this subject-object world, which is actually night of ignorance. And they feel they are awakened there. Prasuptani eva bhutani jagrati iti uchyate. They are all sleeping there, but they feel they are awake. That means dreaming. Yasam nishayam prasupta eva swapna drisha. So they are seeing the dreams only. Sa nisha avidya rupatvat paramartha tattvam pashyato mune. The Muni who sees reality, for him that is all avidya, because he sees the Paramartha Tattva. Pashyato means Paramartha Tattvam Pashyato. We stop here. Here again the discussion of karma and vidya and avidya has come back. So we'll take that portion. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so to that portion on Thursday. We hope to complete this chapter on Thursday, because after that we'll have 5 or 6 days break for Diwali. From Friday onwards, Choti Diwali, we'll have the break, and 14th or 15th I will tell later on, because the Brothers' Day is on 14th also and on 15th also. 15th, of course, is Wednesday. So we are not having Gita class that day. Okay. So Gita class after this Thursday will resume on next Thursday. Okay. Tomorrow we'll take and hope to finish the chapter. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha.